Hey everybody, it's another interview. One of those interviews where you all told me who to talk to. Today we have Future Twin on the show. Really excited about this because we get to finish, complete the circle. How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good.
Right on. So you guys are from San Francisco?
We are currently sitting in a cabin in the backyard, the woods of San Francisco.
The urban wild.
The urban wild. That's hot. Okay, so like I just told you, I don't really know much about you guys. I did a quick cursory look for you guys on the internet. I've listened to a lot of the music you got, and I've got little pieces of information that I might know. I might want to ask you first.
Cool.
I saw you guys refer yourselves as Farmageddon rock and roll.
Yeah.
Explain that to me. I'm always tripped out about genres because I'm like a rock and roll kind of cat, and really a lot of times I just think it's all kind of rock and roll, and it just gets split up into a million things. What is Farmageddon?
You want to take this one?
Well, that's basically a term that we coined that sort of...
Well, there is a movie called Farmageddon.
Right. There is a movie called Farmageddon.
It's about how it's impossible to grow and sell raw milk in the United States. But our Farmageddon is really more about bringing together Armageddon as a musical concept and maybe as a historical moment with the positivity of farming. Basically, we feel like you can farm all sorts of things positively. Farming is generally something that generates positivity, generates food, deliciousness. Shouldn't be a damaging thing, it should be a good thing. But then Farmageddon is where it's like kind of in the between, where it could be destructive, but it could be creative.
It makes sense. I did see online that you guys were created or sort of started by or inspired by an all-girl moped gang.
Yeah, it's true. This is...
What is that all about? I love this. I think this is all...
These are some of the moped gangettes were called the Lockets. And it's an all-female moped gang started a couple years ago in San Francisco by myself and 3 other ladies. And basically the idea was to have like a real gang of real friends that looks out for each other and can ride together through the city. And we are a subsidiary of Treatland, which is another moped gang in San Francisco called the Treats of the Loin. And so basically we're a bunch of girls from Treats that kind of started a splinter gang.
But Treats, the entity, is all about treating, like eating,
right,
which is important, once again, Farmageddon, to bring people together over those things like eating.
Okay, so is it safe to assume that you guys are aware of things? I mean, I know that's very vague, but like, you know, you're... Huh? Hello? Yeah? Did we just freeze for a second?
We just lost for a second.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah.
So that's cool. We can do some crazy editing or not. Who cares a fuck, right? Is it safe to assume that you guys are aware of like things going on? I mean, you just talked about Farmageddon and like farming and those types of things.
It's losing it.
Oh,
it's losing
man.
it.
Can you hear me right now? I love this. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Maybe there's a slight delay or whatever. So, like I was saying, it seems like you guys are... say that again? Oh, we're like super delayed.
I was saying we were definitely aware.
Okay, good. I love that. So there might be a slight delay here. I'm just going to play it off like there's not.
Okay.
I love this. This is so much fun. This is the internet galore.
Technology.
I love it. Fuck, it gets...
Electro Wilderness.
I love it. I love it. You have a muse. I think that's kind of hot. I have an intern. He makes me mad. What is it like to have a muse?
It brings things like this into your life. Here, I'll just do that. You can talk about her. I'll just do psychedelia.
This is a mask actually that was made by our muse Yukako Izo, who makes art under the name Bahama Kangaroo. And also on the back, it has this quote about... Maybe
you can't read
that's
it.
backwards.
It's upside down.
But it says, those in authority fear the mask, for their power partly resides in identifying, stamping, and cataloging, and knowing who you are. And this is an excerpt from an essay called Do It Yourself Geopolitics by Brian Holmes. And
what does that have to do with Yucca?
so basically, Yucca came with us on a tour, and we made a bunch of these masks and gave them away to people because it was sort of an effort to kind of create a party and like an instigation and a situation all at the same time, and to kind of entice people to cover up their faces and to explore this idea that, you know, the state's ability to identify you is how they can also control you. So if people sort of
wore silly masks all the time, what's the state going to do?
And then we actually found somebody talking about Future Twin at some dinner party, a friend told me later, and someone at the dinner party was a lawyer, or is a lawyer in California, and she said that it's actually illegal to obscure your identity or to obscure your face in a public place in California. And so then I kind of like went and looked that up, and it's true.
That's wild.
And yeah, so I mean, it just goes to show that
wearing a silly mask is a good thing to do.
And it's also breaking the law, and it's you're
kill two birds. That's hot. That's really so. Is it just Yucca that's super art, or are all of you are into art? I know that sounds weird. Like let me try to clarify myself. You guys are putting out some music that's not everybody's doing. I just spoke to a band from Nashville yesterday, and that band, you know, the stuff going on in Nashville is like this really like hard guitar driven kind of rock stuff going on, and you kind of got I don't want to be wrong here, I hate being wrong, like a weird psychedelic kind of vibe to it. I don't know if that's the right word.
I think I would say yes.
We call it punkadelic. It's a mixture of punk and funkadelic is an inspiration to our band.
But we're not so funky as we are punky, so punkadelic is kind of like what funkadelic was doing, but punk.
And then with the psychedelic aspect.
I love it. I get with that type of vibe, though. I always feel like it's more like, and I hate for this to seem weird, more art related than, you know, that there's an art aspect to rock and roll or to music making. Well, I get this vibe that with all your art director and the muse and all this, it's kind of what's going on. Am I right?
I think so, but I mean, I would say, like, for me coming into this band, it kind of fit in with what I was already doing before the band in terms of looking at life, looking at all the different kind of creative outputs as various kinds of art. So, you know, my younger years doing graffiti versus newer kind of farming stuff versus playing music of a certain sort in certain contexts. You know, it's not always just the bar rock venue thing. We also are playing art galleries, or we're playing, you know, weird art pool parties. And there's a lot of things about just being around people who are about creating and about contributing to things. That's where I think it's like, it's not just because. It's not just because, like, yeah, it's because it's also for, you know, for other things, for other reasons. But there's all these different kinds of ways of being artistic. So why limit yourself to one? Yeah. You know, that's how we look at it.
I love it. I love it. I love the whole art thing. We have this kind of thing, me and one of the good friends of the show, her name's Cosmo, we do this thing called Free Art Movement, and we go out to all the places, and we put out paper and stuff and say, here, we're going to draw something, now you go draw something, and sort of, you know, trade art or give things away for free. I love it. And I really dig that kind of vibe. I appreciate it a lot, really.
That fits with this. So in our 7-inch, which we just are releasing on...
This is Yucca. This is the muse right here.
All right.
That's her.
The muse incarnate. That's hot.
She's also a locket. And she introduced Antonio and I.
Yeah, she's the connector. But so in the 7-inch, which we're starting to sell on July 31st, each one comes with one of these, which is a little mini comic. It has different themes on it, and they're done collectively with different artists. So I'm part of this collective called Mission Mini Comics. So we make these little comics. They're like propaganda. Sometimes they're totally silly and ridiculous about nothing important. But the point is that we get together every week and we draw different comics together, and now we're putting them into the 7-inch as a way of distributing those ideas everywhere. Actually, we have, I guess, a distributor in Japan now.
Yeah, and Big Love, which is the label in Japan, is releasing our 7-inch in Japan.
Wow. So yeah, global spread of ridiculous comic books.
Yeah.
That's hot. I did see this. It's July 31st when this releases.
Yes,
I saw it on Bandcamp. You can get one of the tracks now, correct?
Yeah.
this is true.
I love it. I'm really, I think people should get out there. I saw what you put on there. You guys hand numbered them and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
there's
I love
too
this.
much.
I love this
too
vibe.
This is
Where-
number 2.
Did you bring the poster?
Wow, I really love that.
Oh, and it also another Yucatron extraordinary. You can't see with the glare, but this is another piece of Yuka's artwork that gets included, as you see, Future Twin in the 7-inch,
And she signed them
and
also.
she signed them.
Bahama Kangaroo with her graffiti.
That's her crazy graffiti.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's pretty awesome. You have an EP out.
Yeah.
It's true. This is the EP. We released it on cassette tape.
I
And
love
it comes with this
I love you guys. This is too cool. This
With
is
the-
right up my alley. I swear.
See, everything. The thing is,
patch.
it's just like
Whoa!
it's cool. It's cool to be punk, but you
And
got
then
to
it has
try
it all
too.
Right,
seen.
right.
Whoa.
That is too cool. I think you guys.
We actually sold out these. The
Still
band
hot.
sold out, but they're still available in stores.
That's still hot. That's super hot.
Independent stores.
That's fucking rad. But you can get it online though as well, right? You can get the
Yeah.
MP3.
You can download it online for sure, yeah.
That's all Bandcamp. Now, are you guys staying away from iTunes and all of that vibe? Is that like I for the record, I'm not so pro iTunes. I do have our show on iTunes because if you want to be legit, you have to be on there. But I try my damnedest to not promote that and not
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I really try not to. Are you guys going that route, or are you staying away from it consciously, or?
We do have digital distribution through iTunes and like Last FM and a bunch of those things. But, most of our downloads have all just come from our Bandcamp directly. So
I don't have that much to do with it, but I would personally love it if we didn't have to deal with iTunes, but I understand if it might be a reality.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure a way to not be around them, but you have to. It's kind of
We definitely, once we were
It's
on
cloud.
iTunes, we didn't really promote it and say, hey, guess what? Now we're on iTunes. It's just like if somebody
If someone
is
finds it
choosing-
through iTunes, that's great.
Yeah,
you know?
someone's
We
choosing
want our people who are paying attention, to look through other avenues.
I feel you. I have a person tell me when to tweet about iTunes. Like I just won't do it. Like I won't. I can't. Someone else has to do it for me, or tell me you have to do it now. And it's always some sort of like, fuck iTunes, and I put the link.
Totally.
So you have this EP out. You have the 7-inch that we just talked about coming out. Is there a full length or anything in the works?
That would be probably summer 2013 or
You guys
so.
are too cool. You guys are too cool. Oh shit! Masks rock.
Yeah. See,
Thank
basically, right now we're concentrating. What we got is a summer singles series. So we have 3 songs that we're going to be releasing, one a month, just for probably just streaming, just so people can check it out. And those will be part of the eventual full length, which will probably be sometime next year. And we're hoping to support that with epic tours.
Yeah.
We're talking Japan,
Yeah.
France,
Japan.
Brazil.
Japan.
Hawaii.
Yes.
I don't know. You tell us.
Yeah.
Bring us to your place.
Yeah, I think Hawaii is in desperate need of Future Twin, like that sound. Like, there's nothing like that going on here right now, and I think it would blow people's minds for real. Because I have to admit, I'm a big fan already. Like from what I've listened to, and I'm really excited about whatever else you guys got coming out.
I just had an idea.
What's that?
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Hawaii is like somewhere between San Francisco and Japan.
Yes, I was thinking that, and I tell people all the time when they ask about what's going on in Japan or in Hawaii. And really, the bands that come through Hawaii are usually only come here because it's a stop between Japan.
Yeah.
And so we're sort of the layover spot, and it's like let's try to, you know what I mean?
Well, we will
It's
give
sad.
you guys your fair due. We won't
Yes.
I love
won't just fly by night. We'll come in and kick for a week.
I love
In
it.
the Pacific.
I love it. If you are able to come, I think Hawaii would, desperate need. What's a show like yours like?
What's the what?
What's a show like yours like? Like, if you are to make it here to Hawaii, what are the people of Hawaii? What should they expect from your show?
They should expect masks,
Masks, probably.
lots of color, neon day glow, and pastels, blue and yellow.
And I'll be wearing black.
He'll be wearing a John Avalos shirt.
John Avalos for mayor.
And sometimes we travel with a bit of a posse. Yuka actually could be with us.
We try to have as much visual elements at the show as possible. So Yuka does projections, and we have other friends who do different sorts of visual elements. But yeah.
And sometimes there's glitter being eaten and
Dispersed.
spat up again through various bodily fluids.
Okay. That's something to look forward to.
Yeah, and and also lots of reverb.
Oh, yeah.
Comparatively.
Because we'll be playing in a big empty warehouse.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we go for. We're into the Rust Belt,
Well, everything's rusty in Hawaii because it's always wet all the time.
Right. And everything is like, yeah, exactly. What other bands, besides yourself, I like to ask bands this question, besides yourself, what other bands in your area, and this is San Francisco, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should people be listening to? I love this question.
Well, we have some really good friends that we share part of our name with called Twin Steps. They're up and coming. They're about a year old also, as we are.
And the drummer from that band is in another band called Religious Girls that is sick.
Super good. Yeah, they hooked us up with the record. We just played a show with them for my birthday. And
what other bands we like locally?
Two Gallants.
Well, we got a lot of friends that we end up playing with just from being around for a while. And they're people we like to support. But they already got plenty of cred, you know. We need some bands which bands need a little bit more love.
There's a cool new band called Big No that's gonna play at my house next Tuesday, so that's exciting. It's a couple. They've lived in San Francisco for 5 years or so, and now they're moving to Virginia, where they're from. Going back to Virginia, I guess, but they just started. They're probably like 6 months old. They're pretty awesome.
I love it. I love hearing what's going on in other cities. I feel like I swear, I feel like I go like I'm on this journey around the world, talking to bands and hearing about every scene. I really dig it. I do ask every band or guest that we have on a few questions. Ask them the same questions every time. You guys down to answer those questions?
Sure.
Okay.
We might have to say no if our lawyer says we can't answer.
Our lawyers don't care.
I understand.
Yeah. Our lawyers. This is our lawyer. That's our lawyer right there.
That's your lawyer right there. Your favorite alcoholic beverage?
Manhattan.
Oh, in a really big glass. I'm partial to Jameson and ginger ale mixed together.
But you also like those frou-frou drinks.
Yes.
Sweet tea and
sweet tea vodka is pretty good. Homemade sweet tea vodka goes really well with boiled peanuts.
Homemade apricot kernel liqueur,
courtesy
of my friend Rebecca. That's the shit.
Yeah, he actually brought that the first day that he came to play with us when we were like, oh.
That was how I got in the band.
Yeah, he brought this.
And at first they were like, no, it's cool. We don't really want that. And then I was like, you can just taste it. And then Amanda, the other member at the time, she tasted it and was like, I'll just have a little bit more. And she just kept going.
It was delicious.
I would say Manhattan, but also if you're on the local tip, San Francisco, Anchor Steam Brewery makes delicious beer.
And making your own beer.
That's also cool.
It's good. A lot of people do that.
Have you ever been so drunk you fell down?
Yes. Actually, one time, somewhat, well, maybe this was like back in the fall. I forget. I think I was sad about something, and I was working on these tapes with another friend of ours named Heather Jerebeck, who is also in Big No, the band we mentioned. She's sort of known as San Francisco's modern oracle, and she came up with this like yellow paint with the eye design, and she was helping us do this. So I had this bottle of Patron that I had bought, and for some reason we didn't drink it, and then I brought it to Heather's house when we were working on these tapes, and I guess I drank a whole lot, and then I blacked out, and then later she told me that we were like trying to get into this bar because we wanted to give them these photos that we had gotten for them, and it was locked, and I was like rattling the gate, and I was like, I could hear music in there, I know they're home, and then I fell down next to this fire hydrant, and she told me that I like used the fire hydrant to get back up, and then I like patted it and said thank you. So at least I was a polite Blackout.
Nice.
Things I've ever heard.
Unicorns, are they overrated?
Yes, but that's only because people don't know the real unicorns.
I
Which
agree.
is,
You know, and people giving shout outs to unicorns all the time, but they don't know the real ones.
who are the real unicorns?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh,
If you don't
well,
know, you don't know,
There you
right?
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah,
Later.
I'm totally on that tip. There's a lot of unicorn dropping left and right, and I think a lot of people don't know what's really up.
Yeah. I feel like you just have to be there.
Okay, well, here's a good question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What would Cher do?
Right. What would she do in this situation? She would ask you, what's the weirdest thing about you guys?
Ooh, the weirdest thing about polyamory.
That's not so weird, is it?
Not so weird.
That's not so weird, but if that's the weirdest, then you're doing pretty good.
Well, the weirdest thing about me is something I would probably never tell.
Fair enough, fair enough.
After about a year of hanging out with Jean, I don't think she's got a lot of weird going on. She's got unique.
Unique, yeah.
Not
there's a
weird.
difference. I agree. Favorite curse word?
Fuck me in the goat ass. I guess that's not a
Okay.
word, but I mean,
Phrase is
favorite
fine.
Is Wieci dupa stara pijana gapa, which
Fair
is Polish.
Nice.
but she doesn't know what it means. It's just bad.
But
It's-
yeah, but it's my favorite.
Sounds good. Okay,
Yeah.
enough with those. Me and Mark the intern, we play this game called Who's Cooler. What we do is we take the album, most recent album that a band has, and we listen to it, and we pick the song that we like the most, and we ask you who's cooler. We first went at it, and this is the first time this has ever happened. We both said Landslide off of the Situation EP is what we listened to, so we threw that out because it was just we
Agreed.
balanced each other out. So we went at it again, and I decided that Get Up or Get Out was my second favorite, and he decided his second favorite was Situation, the title track. Who's cooler? And don't feel like you have to give me the cooler because he's the intern. I have lost.
Oh,
many
we're
times.
losing you.
No,
Wait. We missed what the intern said.
Mark the intern.
We missed
picked,
which one did the intern?
he picked Situation.
Okay.
Okay. I would say the intern is cooler.
What
do you think? What do you think?
I also like Situation.
Well,
better.
Mark
But
the
I
intern
think-
wins this one then.
But here's the thing: you get points for picking the song that is less easy to like.
Yeah.
So that's
I'll take
that's
that.
good.
I'll
Yeah,
take-
and you get points for picking the song that's about trying to find affordable housing in dense urban centers because that's what it's about.
That's what I love it. But Mark will win this one, and I'm man enough to say that the intern will win this one.
What does he get for that? Does
The,
he get?
the prize of being the winner. He gets to walk
Okay.
around all day today saying, "Yeah,
He gets-
I picked I picked the good one."
Right one.
Where can people find you online?
FutureTwin.com.
That's the one.
Are you guys? Do you have presence anywhere else online, or is that basically it?
We're on
The
like
usual.
Bandcamp, SoundCloud,
You can also find us at
Facebook, Twitter.
You can also find us at San Francisco Urban Agriculture Alliance.com, SFUAA.com. You can also find us at SarahJeanYaste.com. You can also find us at, what is that other one?
You just pronounced my name wrong.
Take, I like Yaste better. TakeBackTheTract.com. There's a lot of good websites for us.
That's
We're pretty
But the-
active, I suppose.
But the music is probably easiest to find by Future Twin.
And we do link to all the other stuff on the website.
So people should just go straight to your website and there. Got you. What's next for you guys?
Shows.
Yeah, we're playing.
We're playing this Friday at this place.
Love it.
Crazy show.
Crazy.
And then next week, this is a How San Francisco Can You Be thing. We're playing a show at a weed club.
Love it.
Oh yeah, and it's actually
Spark.
it's open to people who don't have weed cards.
Oh.
So it's equal opportunity
Antonio
stonage.
drew this also.
So yeah, we're playing these two shows the next week. We got some other shows, but we're actually going to try writing some new songs because
Mhm.
that's always fun.
We are putting our first full length out next year, and we're hoping to tour
Yeah.
Japan, as we already mentioned. So
That's it.
yeah,
That should be awesome. Japan is really cool. I think. Have
The
you guys
only-
been to Japan before?
No, but Yuka,
Japan
if
is
you
awesome.
send any indication, some crazy is going on there, and we want to see it.
yeah.
I love it. I love every chance I get to go. I go. Yes, let's go, and it's always crazy fun. Is there anything you would like to tell the world before I let you go?
Support independent musicians.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
and artists.
and artists. Make everything art. And that way nothing will be art. Nothing will be overpriced. Nothing will be ugly or gentrified or boring. Get rid of that. Concentrate on what's good.
And dematerialization
Is also good.
is also good.
I love you guys. It's too much. That is right up my alley. I swear. It's
All
like-
right.
I love it. Super duper. Are you guys down to cut me like a little bumper thing
Sweet.
for the show? Like hey, you're listening to Beneath
Oh,
Everything.
yeah,
with Ronnie
sure.
Rucker kind of thing. Feel free.
Sure.
Wait,
So,
what is this? Beneath everything?
With Ronnie Rucker.
Beneath-
You can say whatever you want to say.
Beneath Everything Radio with Ronnie Rucker.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Ready?
Okay. Just tell us when you're ready.
Feel free.
I guess we can just do it.
We can just do it.
Okay.
You're listening to Beneath Everything.
Radio with Ronnie Rucker. And we're Future Twin. Thank you.
This is me headbanging.
I'm like,
I used to have a lot more hair, but now I don't have any more.
and then
so
he cut
kinda-
it all off.
I just cut it all off.
So now it's just me.
I love it. You guys are too much fun. Are you guys blowing up right now?
No,
No.
we're chilling out.
Why not?
We're in
mean,
a cabin
We're
here.
in a cabin.
Show you our cabin. This is
Our friend
it.
Willie's cabin.
Yeah, we have a friend who's a furniture maker, an installation artist, and a painter. And he built this cabin, and it's a temporary autonomous zone, so you can set it up and then break it down in any location.
And if you wear the mask, the cops can't get you.
They'll never know who did it.
I need me a fucking
Be like,
cabin.
I
God
see kids doing stuff, but I can't prove anything, and then we're just, have no
Smoking
idea.
spliffs.
No idea.
I need a cabin. Damn it. I need a cabin. That's too cool. This has been crazy fun. I really think what you guys got going on is special, I guess. I don't know if that's a weird word to use because you don't really
Word.
get, a lot of stuff that I get to hear is a lot different than what you guys got going on, and I dig it a lot. Yeah. If you got when your new album comes out, let me know and stuff like that, and we'll put it on the
For
blog,
sure.
etc.
Definitely.